Every baby born at Mercy One this month is sporting one of these red hats in recognition of American Heart Month. All Americans are encouraged to think about heart health during the month of February.
And it's something an Urbandale family thinks about continuously. WHO 13's Katie Kaplan joins us. And Katie, this family, brave enough, being vulnerable, but it's important. They want to share their story.
That's exactly right, Elias Aaron. According to the CDC, every 15 minutes a child is born with a CHD. That's a congenital heart defect or disease. In fact, CHDs are the leading cause of birth defect-related death in infants. They are roughly 50 times more common than childhood cancer, but funding for CHD research is much less, and many say that's because they're invisible.
From the outside, Jax Mestaw looks like your typical 13-year-old kid. But inside, he's anything but.
We don't know what the future is. We could have him for 50 more years, or we could have him till tomorrow.
It's a diagnosis that came as a shock to his parents.
The name is hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, and it's like you have an enlarged heart.
And had you had any inkling before that you had this in your family, or it could be an issue?
No.
No, not at all.
Neither side.
The couple recently undergoing genetic testing, unveiling a heart-wrenching secret.
And I got those results back, and I'm gene positive for it, so I gave it to my son. And that's hard. That's a really significant burden for families to carry.
Jax had been a seemingly healthy 10 pounds 2 ounces at birth, but doctors immediately noticed something was wrong. They discovered his thickened heart muscle was making it hard for his heart to pump blood, putting Jax in jeopardy of sudden cardiac arrest. Every day since, he's had to monitor just how hard his heart works.
I would say one of the hardest things that we had to do was take baseball away from him.
There's no cure and really no surgery besides a complete heart transplant to fix it.
A heart transplant comes with all kinds of risks too, right? And it means that somebody else has to lose their life.
While this technology keeps him safely occupied at home, this technology keeps him safe just about everywhere else.
So we have an app on our phone, and he just places his finger here.
A mobile EKG can measure the electricity of his heart anywhere he's at. The results sent straight to mom and dad. And a 2-pound defibrillator.
This is the one he carries in his backpack.
Can be used by someone else in the event his heart actually stops. These items really the only visual indication of how critical his condition is.
Many times they don't look like anything's wrong with them. If you look at our son, you can't even tell that anything is wrong. But we need people to know about his condition because they might have to save his life.
That's one reason doctors say CHDs are called silent diseases.
It's much easier to spot a child who has had cancer treatment, who has lost their hair or is wearing a wig or wearing a hat, versus a child that's had heart surgery, which is usually underneath their clothes.
1 out of every 100 children born will have a CHD, something Dr. Jessica Zuzga-Reed says can be caused by several different factors.
There are a number of causes. So some of them are genetic, some of them are random. There are a few different types of heart defects that are caused by medications or things that the mother might have exposed the baby to in utero.
The Mestaw family, a great example of that. Mike and Leslie were dealt another devastating diagnosis a few years ago with their youngest daughter, Allie.
She had an echo when she was 3 months old. Everything looked great. And then we went back when she was 3 and things had changed.
A cardiologist found Allie had developed a defect, an open artery, totally different and unrelated to Jax.
So it's really rare. So what they believed happened was the artery closed and then the scar tissue never formed.
Allie's isn't as catastrophic as Jax, but will someday likely require surgery. And it'll be something she'll have to keep in mind when the time comes to start a family of her own.
I can't really hit drive though.
This resilient family, embracing the curveballs life has thrown.
You're gonna listen to that part.
Leslie now works for a national nonprofit focused on the latest science, research, and cutting-edge education surrounding cardiovascular health.
And the reason we tell our story is because there is absolutely nothing we could have done to prevent this.
And Mike and Jax have shared their story on stage at different events.
I think that's why we were chosen by the man upstairs to have Jax, because we're here to promote heart health and promote awareness.
Meanwhile, Jax.
It's not about like, if you have like a disadvantage, it's not that doesn't define you. What defines you is the way you take it and make it your own.
Continues to show he has a large heart in more ways than one.
And the Mestas hope that by sharing their story, people will be more aware of CHDs and also mindful of how to help someone who may be suffering a cardiac event. They hope people will get certified training in CPR, pay closer attention to where the nearest defibrillator may be in a building, and also take care of their own hearts. And guys, I have to tell you that Jax has maintained a good sense of humor. He joked actually about how good his golf game will be once he's older compared to some of his friends who are doing more of the rough and tumble sports right now.
So many different things go through as a parent watching that, right, with kids, especially that mother feeling the guilt that she says, she passed this on to her son with Leslie. What a story, and they're going through so many things, but Katie, what an important thing for everybody to hear tonight.
Thanks
Appreciate
for letting
that.
me share it. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. Wow.
Yeah. Powerful stuff. More good reminders. Janae and Katie, I'm encouraging all of us to go get certified in CPR. My gosh.
And this is Heart Month, so make sure that you're getting out and get that done. Don't take it for granted.